I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 8 TD, the Rhm Borsig Waffenträger. This TD is quite good for its tier. It is relatively mobile enough, have a very good camouflage rating, and the gun to match, so you can kill a enemy tank off quickly enough if you have to. Unfortunately, the only downside to this vehicle is you have paper-thin armor, and there's a high chance that the crew members and the modules can be damaged easily enough due to the paper-thin armor of the vehicle. Besides that, if you know what you are doing in the Waffenträger here, then you can do quite well in this vehicle. Let's cover the vehicle stats. Let's begin off with the firepower. The Rhm have two guns to use to suit your preference. The 15cm gun here I am using, it is the derp howitzer on this tank here, with all of the howitzer's drawbacks. So rate of fire, accuracy, aiming time could be better, it could be worse, while having sufficient pen and a lot of damage dealt with a single round, if you do not mind the howitzer's stats here. The thing that I like about the howitzer here is that it have more than enough pen to penetrate most tanks easily enough if you know where to shoot at, while potentially one-shotting them if you have a high damage roll there, especially when you are top tier. The 3 rounds per minute using the howitzer here can be a bit of an issue at times. If you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, you can be killed easily enough by enemy tanks that have a higher rate of fire than you, so be careful about that. The turret can turn around 360 degrees, so that is quite good in close quarters fighting. So the turret can turn around at 19 degrees per second. That is not that bad nor good. Gun depression, it is okay, while the gun elevation upward, it is good at 14. To make use of the gun depression downward, 5 degrees to be precise, you have to be on flat terrain for the most part to take advantage of that. If you are on rocky terrain that is angled upwards by a bit, then you will have a problem getting the gun down to 5 degrees at time to get precise shots onto the enemy. Besides that, the gun is quite good if you can make use of it in a match. Now the survivability of it. Armor, it is completely rubbish, as I said before, it's paper thin, so the crew members and the modules can be damaged easily enough. The hit points, you have a decent amount, 1100. That means you can take a few hits before you are killed. The mobility of the tank, it is okay. For a vehicle that weighs about 19 tons fully upgraded, the machine, it is mobile enough with the top engine of 207 horsepower. That means the precise horsepower to 1 ton, it is 11 horsepower to 1 ton. That means when it comes to reaching the top speed of 35 kilometers, you can reach this when you're on flat terrain, going in a straight line, or going downhill for the most part. The reverse speed, it is okay though. The whole traverse is good at 40. This is where the camo rating gets to be pretty good for the vehicle. The vehicle being quite low to the ground means a enemy tank will have a hard time lighting you up unless if you are lit already. To make use of the already factors to remain hidden much more longer, or to reduce the chance of being seen, you can apply the camouflage perk, camouflage net, the camouflage paint, and use use the terrain around you to remain hidden a bit more longer to add on top of the concealment rating that is already good. The view range and the signal range, it is okay. View range 360 meters. You can increase this even more when you add in binocular telescope, coated optics, and perks. Radio, you have a 700-meter signal range. So, the radio could be better, it could be worse. Now, let's cover the research part of the TD now. The research for the Rhm is a easy tank to go through. You can use the first pair of tracks still throughout the entire grind if you want to mount all of the equipment onto the tank still. But if you want to have a slightly better haul traverse from 34 up to 38, then get the second pair of tracks for that reason unknown. Engines, you have two. You can use the first engine throughout the entire grind if you want to, as you will be mobile enough still with this engine. But if you want to have a slightly better horsepower to ton ratio, with a reduced chance of engine fire from 20 to 15, then get the second engine here. This engine, it is only usable on the Rhm here. The radio here, you would have had this unlocked already, as it is usable on a lot of German vehicles within the tech tree. The two guns that you're going to be using is the 15cm gun, which you have to research anyways to move on to the Tier 9 TD in this line. The 12.8cm gun, for being the stock gun, it is quite good. You can use this gun throughout the entire grind if you want to. This gun, it is more of a long-distance sniper gun than the 15cm gun is. This 12.8cm gun, it is quite accurate, .35, have a very good aiming time. The rate of fire, it is quite good, so you can decimate a enemy tank from 4 hit points down to 0 within a minute if they are in a open field. You have amazing pen, so you can pen most tanks easily enough if you know where to shoot at it with the 12.8cm gun. HE, when you are firing it out of this caliber of gun, you will be doing a bit of damage to the enemy tank still. Damage per a shell, it is relatively good, around 500 damage on average per shot, so you can easily bring a tank down to 0 health quickly enough if you have to. The 12.8cm gun, I find this gun tend to be quite useful if you are going to be keeping this tank when you are going to be using it when it comes to clan wars, stronghold, and tournaments. The 12.8cm gun is slightly better when you're using it for that purpose alone, due to the rate of fire, accuracy, and aiming time. Now to the 15cm gun. This is a howitzer, pretty much, so to make use of this, you have to be playing the vehicle as a ambush tank, or as in more of a short distance combat TD role. Choose which one of these two guns you want to be using to get the necessary experience to move on to the beauty of PD4. Now, I will be covering the consumables, the ammo layout, the equipment, and how are you going to be playing the Rhm here. Let's begin off with the consumables. I would go with a first aid kit, a repair kit, and a manual fire extinguisher. This vehicle carries a good amount of ammo for the 15cm gun. I would go with 10 rounds of each ammo type, as AP can penetrate most targets easily enough if you know where to shoot at it with. I would only save the heat ammo type when you're going up against heavily armored targets, or if you want to make sure you are going to be penning the enemy tank. Firing a lot of heat can be quite pricey in a match, so a single heat round will cost you 6,000 credits or 15 gold. HE, when it's fired out of this gun, you will be doing a lot of damage, especially if you can penetrate with the HE round. The equipment that I'm going with, I went with a binocular telescope to increase the view range when it is being used, camouflage net to increase the camouflage rating when it is being used. The other pieces of equipment that you can use if you want to would be the large caliber tank gun rammer to decrease the loading time, enhanced gun lane drive to decrease what is already a good aiming time, especially for the first gun, coated optics for more of a permanent view range increase. Besides that, the rest of the equipment, it is not that useful on the Rhm here. As a tier 8 TD, you are going to have tier 8 matchmaking, from tier 8 up to tier 10 maximum. The primary role of the Rhm here is, you are going to be playing it as a TD, whether it is as a frontline TD or as a long distance TD, based upon the gun you are using. The other roles that the Rhm can fill quite well, based upon the situation and where you are at the map at the time. You can play this vehicle as a support TD, a flanking TD, as a passive scout as well, if you have the binocular telescope on. With the binocular telescope on, if you have a good crew, and when it is activated, you can easily light up a enemy tank up to 450 meters. I have two replays to show you how well you can do in the Rhm. The first replay will be of me showing off the 12.8 centimeter gun, and the second one will be of the 15 centimeter gun. Let's go to those two replays now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the Rhm when you are using the 12.8 centimeter gun. Let's speed this replay up a bit. This replay I will show you how well you can do in the Rhm when you are able to switch between roles quickly enough when you have to in a match. This is a tier 8 maximum match to show you how well you can do when you're top tier when you are using the first gun on the Rhm. First thing first, as this is the beginning of the match, I will be playing it as a support TD and as a medium to a short distance sniper TD, as I am able to use the witch line here to protect myself somewhat against these enemy vehicles. I lead my shot on the bulldog there. I took a nice chunk of it hit points off of it. Another good high roll on the Hellcat there. Seeing that my team having the upper hand in this part of the map, I begin to push up to assist my team even more. Let's speed this up a bit more. I am using the railway here to cover me while I shoot at what vehicles that I can light up. Seeing that nothing is being lit up, that SU-14-2, I could not shoot at it as it got into cover quickly enough. Seeing what targets are being lit up, I got to this side of the railway, so I can use it as cover if I have to. This T-150, I took a good chunk of its hit points off at this range by setting it on fire. The good thing about the 12.8 centimeter gun is if you can actually lead your shots to get the precise shots that you have to, you can snipe with this at very long distances if you have to, as it have the accuracy. Now my team is winning 9-5. I am trying to lead my shots on the KB4. That round fell a little bit short. I am trying to find a spot where I can pen it reliably enough. Seeing that round did not hit the vehicle as the KB went ahead to avoid it, I move up closer to try to get more of a precise shot on the KB4 here. KB here is using the building here as cover. Now, me and the vehicles around us, we can finish the KB off with ease. The vehicle there took a third of my hit points off. I am leaving my shot to hit the Kepler on the KB4 there. This gun, even at some of the thickest points of the vehicle armor, you can pen it easily enough with AP and APCR. Now, with the majority of the enemy forces in the city there, I begin my push into the city area. Let's speed this up a bit. There's the KB, there's the IS-3, there's the IS, the OI, and then the Centurion is in the one line. I got a good shot on the IS-3 there, one more shot, and it will be dead. This is where getting into close quarters fighting is bad and good at the same time, unless if you know what you are doing. As in this situation here, I have the upper hand. I know what I am doing. I finished the IS-3 and the OI off easily enough. This is where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. We won by capping. This match I did quite well. For the 3 kills that I did about 3,400 damage while switching between roles within the match. Let's go to the next replay so I can show you how well you can do in the Rhm when you are using the 15 centimeter gun when you are top tier. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the Rhm when you are using the 15 centimeter gun when you're playing toward its strengths and weaknesses. This match, it is another top tier match to show you how well this gun can be used when you are using it when you're top tier or not. First thing first, the important thing that you have to remember about the 15cm gun, this is more of a ambush slash short distance gun use. The leopard there, I led my shot onto the target, so I one-shotted it. During the loading time of what would be about 20 seconds on average, you are a vulnerable target, so this is where having knowledge of how to use the terrain around you wisely enough so you are not going to be killed during that time, it is quite vital to survive when you're using the 15cm gun. I will speed this replay up a bit. During this short amount of time, I didn't do that much. I moved from location to location, trying to get a accurate enough of a shot to shoot at the enemy tanks. Seeing the AMX there, and having a rough guess what is around it as well, I came to this location here. Here I can at least potentially defend my left and right flank easily enough. I am keeping an eye what is going to poke over the ridge line there. Right now, my team is not doing that well. 7-4 to us. Fortunately, the Nashorn came over the ridge line. I one-shotted it. While loading, I hide behind this rock during that loading time. I am keeping an eye on the mediums to my left in case if they came directly to me, I could kill them easily enough. I didn't hit the Jagdpanzer as it was moving a bit more faster than my round was. But if the round did hit the Jagdpanzer side there, I would have had potentially one-shotted it. I poke out to see what targets I can shoot at. I have the Cromwell, the Skoda, the Jagdpanzer, the AMX there. I am requesting help, as I can be flanked easily enough by the Skoda and the Cromwell, as they are not that far away from me. The AMX there, I got a good high roll there. Now it's down to about 1/3 of its health. At this moment in the match, I had a feeling that I was going to be flanked. Seeing the AMX there, I shot at it. Fortunately, that AMX 50 only tracked me by its shell. With the Cromwell and the artillery hitting me, I am moving. I don't want to be a dead target. During that commotion of being hit, the Jagdpanzer there chose to make a move to kill me. I could have had been killed easily enough if I did not make the necessary precaution move that I did. The Cromwell there, I finished it off. Now is the AMX 13F3, the T29 and the Black Print. I am trying to get off the enemy radar now to make sure they do not know where I am. I have a AP round loaded at one of these targets coming to my view range. This Black Prince, I fully aimed in onto the target there to make sure that I am not going to be missing the target. Now I have 6 kills in the bag. So the Top Gun medal, it is confirmed. The T-29 there, I fully aimed in onto the target to make sure that I can kill it in one shot. Now it is the SU, me, and the Hellcat. With 7 kills, I need to finish the AMX off to get the Bradley Walters medal. This is where the one-on-one duels can be quite dangerous. If I hit it, I kill it. The AMX there just have to splash me to kill it. Seeing what the tactics the AMX is using, I am not going to be a fool to go out to die. So I'm going to play tic-tac-toe with the AMX there to try to lure the vehicle out to me to get the last shot onto it. Seeing the AMX is not falling for my trap, I begin to change positions to gain the upper hand. This is where the mobility of the vehicle come into play. I keep an eye behind me just in case if the vehicle does come out. This is where the 360-degree turret come into play. The AMX there, it rushed its shot, so it round fell a bit of a short distance from me. Seeing that it fired, I made sure that I hit the AMX there. This replay I did quite well for being a top tier TD using the 15cm gun. This match I got myself 8 kills, a Top Gun medal, and a Bradley Walters medal. This gun, if you play towards its strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well with this gun when you know what you are doing. In this match, I did about 4,400 damage with the 15cm gun. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the TD itself. Let's do a brief recap on the Rhm. This vehicle, for its tier, it is quite good for a TD. It is relatively mobile enough, have a good camo rating, and 2 good guns that you can use if you want to suit your personal preference. This vehicle, if you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this vehicle when you are top tier or not. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the Rhm and how to use it properly on the battlefield. If you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.